Now, I know a lot of people are hearing a lot of this stuff with Dr. Umar Johnson. It last, he has come out that they're going to auction off those buildings that he has for a so-called school that he never opened. But 10 years ago, I had made a commentary about him after his debacle he had with this so-called conscious stripper person. And I had interviewed her, after all of that, and I asked him, hey, you want to come on and talk about it? He didn't want to say nothing about it. But after the fact that I made this video 10 years ago, and now you find out 10 years later, no school, not a single child in there. Now, you know that a lot of paperwork has been out that he's getting charged the vacant building fees because the building is considered vacant, especially if you don't have a certificate of occupancy, is considered vacant. Okay. So what I want to do tonight, I want to play that video I made 10 years ago. Now I can get further into, that situation, how, I know that he's lying to y'all just from the fact that he been knowing this situation going on where he hasn't paid bills for years, but yet he's gotten so much money. And that's what bothers me about the situation is that the community really believed in him to try to open up a school for the children. And he just took it as a long-term hustle, hotel hustling, as I said in the particular video. So go ahead and check out this video and what I said 10 years ago. And now you understand that why I've never really been a fan of him. Let's go ahead and check that out. About maybe a few weeks ago or so, we had the conscious stripper on the Advice Show radio show. Now, the reason that she came on the show was to put what she had to say out there and let's see if it matches up with Umar Johnson, what he had to say, and for her to defend herself on what people wanted to critique her on. Now, I didn't know near one of them at all. I don't know him. I don't know her. I know of him. But I never followed him like that because there's some things that he say that I just cannot go along with. But that's to each his own. But when I heard everything that she has to say, and a few things she pointed out, she said he's very arrogant and he's not the right person for the school. Now, their personal relationship, what they had, that's their business. I don't really care about that. But one thing I can't stand is pimp preachers and hotel hustlers. Can't stand the both of them. Because they both say that they're for something noble, but then at the end of the day, once the smoke clears, it's all about money, ego, arrogance, and what they want to do. Now, I've done videos about Creflo Dollar, and many of you have seen some of these videos. But now I have to do this video about Umar Johnson, because how is it that I would talk about Creflo and I won't say nothing about him? Forget that. Because he is the same thing as Creflo Dollar. He's just not on the level of Creflo Dollar. That's the only thing. And I'm pretty sure he wished he was on that level to collecting that sort of money. There's a video that came out of Umar Johnson in his own words. Now, see, let me tell you the difference between me and everybody else. I show before I talk. So let me go ahead and roll the clip of Umar Johnson speaking to people about his school and what he thinks about funds coming in. Then after that, we're going to break down certain pieces of what he said and show you how this is just totally wrong. Well, let me go roll the clip.
That's what we're working towards. So far, we raised $250,000. I'm gracious, but I'm not content because I know y'all got a lot more to give me than some $250,000. When Darren Wilson killed Michael Brown, white folks gave him $300,000 in 3 weeks for his defense. And Dr. Umar Johnson is trying to build a state-of-the-art school for black boys that y'all all know I need. And after 6 months, I only got $250,000. Trifling ass black people. I'm gonna call it like I say it. And I don't care if you get offended. We can handle that outside. We trifling. I should have been had that $2 million. I should have had that $2 million 30 days after I started the fundraiser on May the 20th. It don't make no sense. But y'all sure call me up when the school's messing with your son. Did you make a donation to my school? Oh, not yet. Bye. Click. That's the new Umar. You want some help with your son? Did I get a donation? No, I want to hear that. Mail the donation, then you call me back, and then I'll help you with your son. But you're not going to use me to fight white folks when your son shouldn't even have to put up with them in the first place. We're trying to buy the St. Paul's College in Lawrenceville, Virginia. Still available. I was in communication with the president about 3 days ago. He told me the school's still an option. But now they're trying to sell the school into pieces. Now they're trying to sell the student center. If they sell that student center, I don't even want the rest of the school no more, because the student center is the best thing on the campus. Day before yesterday, I was in Port Gibson, Mississippi. The NAACP invited me down there because they have a school for sale, Chamberlain Hunt White Military Academy. Nice school, too. It's not as big as St. Paul's, but it'll work. So I'm just hoping y'all help me raise this $2 million before somebody buy them schools. That's what I'm hoping. Okay? So if you need the information to mail in a check or donation, if you brought a check or money order, make it payable to FDMG Academy. Make sure your name, address, and phone number is on your donation. I really don't want cash. I prefer to have a paper trail with your donation. But if you got to make it cash, you need to put it in a piece of paper, wrap it up. Do not give me raw cash. Put it in a piece of paper with your name, your phone number, your email address on it. Why? Because when we finally open up that school, everybody who helped me, whether they gave me $1 or $1 million, I want to make sure they get properly honored. We're going to have an honorary ceremony for the people who cared enough to help me build that school. I need everybody in here to come up with $1 amount that you can afford to mail every month, and you mail it. I don't care if it's $10, $20, $50. You come up with what you can afford and you send me that. I'm getting sick and tired of getting texts on my cell phone for black folk talking about, I've donated, like they done. You gave me $25 damn and you think you free now. We got to raise $2 million. Your ass ain't done. I better get some more and some more and some more and some more until we hit the goal, brothers and sisters. That's the way we're going to have to do this. We also going to teach our children African spirituality. African spirituality. It's not a religious school. We're not into that. I don't want the kids coming back home to you because you're part of the problem. You got Willie Lynch all in your system. White Jesus on the wall, teaching your kids to be multicultural, daughter looking like Beyonce, a head full of blonde ass weed. What the hell I want her coming back home to you for? She stay with me and the boys stay with me in the dorms. If any of you want to work at the school, send me your resume. We've already received over 600, but that's not enough because we need schools everywhere. We need to have a Pan-African school district everywhere black folks are. We need a FDMG, ADAG. So send me your resume. You can email your resumes to fdmgresumes@gmail.com. And you don't have to be a school teacher to work. We need security guards. We need nurses. We need counselors. We need house parents that live with the children. We need bus drivers. We need maintenance. We need engineers. We need painters. We need barber and hairstylists, natural hairstylists. I don't need no perm juice. It ain't going to be none of that. Okay? So if you want to work at the school, send me your resume. Don't wait till the last minute. There's a school.
Okay, so you watched the clip. Some of you may caught on some things that what was said, but we're going to go ahead and focus on some things. Now, I feel having schools to teach our kids the right history, accurate history, African history, and all other subjects that they're not learning in public schools here in America is a great thing. And I feel that is the right plan, but this is the wrong man to do it. Because there are people within our community who are highly committed to doing schools, who are very educated, who speak like they have an education. They don't use the language of the uneducated, profane language. But on the first clip, what we're going to examine is the part where he was talking about the school, and even with the quote we put up where he said trifling, you know what, black people. So let me go ahead and play that real quick.
He raised $250,000. I'm gracious, but I'm not content because I know y'all got a lot more to give me than some $250,000. When Darren Wilson killed Michael Brown, white folks gave him $300,000 in 3 weeks for his defense. And Dr. Umar Johnson is trying to build a state-of-the-art school for black boys that y'all all know I need. And after 6 months, I only got $250,000. Trifling ass black people. I'm going to call it like I say it. And I don't care if you get offended. We can handle that outside.
Now, I want you to focus on some things he said. He said the school that I need. Wait a minute, Umar. Is it supposed to be for you? or it's supposed to be for those kids? That's what I'm just trying to understand with you, because you kept saying I, like it's your stuff. It's a personal accomplishment for you. And you said that after 6 months, after you only got $250,000, and there are trifling black people. And if you are offended by this, we can go outside. So you wait a minute. So you're supposed to be teaching children or having a school for our children, Umar Johnson, and then you're telling people if they disagree with you and what you just said by calling black people, you said black people, the whole group, they didn't give you no money. Black people are trifling because they didn't give you $2 million in a month? Are you crazy, Umar Johnson? If you done lost your last mind, who the hell are you for somebody just to give $2 million to? Why don't you sit up there and try to get some investors or somebody else? Well, maybe you'd have had an investor if you wasn't fooling with strippers. That's your problem, right? So you got on Facebook talking about I lost $1 million donation because of this chick. You lost $1 million donation because you wasn't smart and you fooling with chicks you shouldn't be fooling with, saying you want to open up a school. Like I said before, right plan, wrong man. So how you gonna come up here just having this arrogant attitude about money? They gave you $250,000, dude, and you still having an attitude about that? You could start some sort of school with $250,000. You see what you want to do is you want this grand school, this grand college looking school, and you never opened up one before. Start off small, open one small, then as it grow, people will say, hey, look, he bought it's so many schools in the black community that's been shut down. Why don't you buy some of those schools? They have been shut down 50 schools in Chicago. Buy one of those schools. Show people, hey, we actually bought this school and we gonna renovate it, but it's gonna cost X amount of dollars, so help me out do it. And people see, okay, he bought a school, he doing this, he doing that. But I stated before, as we continue, right plan, wrong man. So in the next clip, I want you to hear something else this man is saying. It's just totally not a person that I would say you should follow because they are gonna lead our kids in the right way. Let's go ahead and roll the next clip.
Everybody in here to come up with a dollar amount that you can afford to mail every month, and you mail it. I don't care if it's $10, $20, $50. You come up with what you can afford and you send me that. I'm getting sick and tired of getting texts on my cell phone for black folk talking about I've donated like they done. You gave me $25 damn and you think you free now. We got to raise $2 million. Your ass ain't done. I better get some more and some more and some more and some more until we hit the goal, brothers and sisters. That's the way we're going to have to do this.
So he's not even grateful for the donations he received. He said that you better give him more and more money. This is what he had to say. You're not done yet. And this is a guy, once again, who people have given $250,000 to open up a school. That's sad. That is very, very sad. Now, this guy is just seemed like to me, he hotep hustling, because a lot of people say that it's been years now, no school, but yet he's still asking for money. He hasn't even put out a plan to people who donated yet, because we said on the school, radio show, when the lady called and said she worked with him, put out a plan. Nobody heard anything at all. But yet he keeps saying he wants more money. Let's go ahead and roll another clip that's really disturbing to me as a parent. Let's go ahead and roll that clip.
African spirituality. It's not a religious school. We're not into that. I don't want the kids coming back home to you because you're part of the problem. You got Willie Lynch all in your system. White Jesus on the wall, teaching your kids to be multicultural, daughter looking like Beyonce, a head full of blonde ass weed. What the hell I want her coming back home to you for? She stay with me, and the boys stay with me in the dorms.
So you heard on that clip that he said that the children don't need to go home with you. Who in the hell he's supposed to be? And he talking about you got the children looking like Beyonce. Umar, you was with a stripper that had blonde hair too, right? You think we forgot about that junk? I mean, that even sounds kind of weird. You stay there with you at the dorms. What the hell? Like, so, ain't nobody parent in their right mind will sit up there and send their kid with a guy like this. But remember, this is the same guy that said if you have an issue with him, he gonna take it outside. So I guess you a thug? Well, I don't believe in letting my children or any child be around some old thug. That sounds like that's what you are.
when you're saying let's take it outside. Now you're supposed to be Dr. Umar Johnson, but you're acting like the local street thug. And then you having this arrogant attitude with people, telling people they have to give you more money, telling people they trifling and all this other stuff because you need the school. Remember, not the kids. I need this school. I need this. And y'all trifling because white folks gave Darren Wilson $300,000, which y'all didn't give me for my school that I need $2 million in 30 days. Now, at this point, if you choose to follow Umar Johnson, it's your business. I don't care about all your Umar Johnson fanboys and fangirls. I really don't. Because at the end of the day, I have to put out the truth. Because, like I said before, if I talked about Creflo Dollar when he was wrong, Umar Johnson gets no pass from me. But, you know, when you're involving children, that just crosses the line for me. It really do. So we had to put this truth out there. I know many of you not going to like this, and you probably going to write me and say, why did you do that? Why did you talk about? His own words did it. It wasn't text messages from a stripper. It was his own words. And the sick part about it, black people laughing about that, thought it was funny, thought it was a joke. Now, let's see if he's going to get upset like he always do and want to cuss and fuss and whatever else. At the end of the day, Umar Johnson's a hotel hustler. I see it as that. No different than I see Creflo Dollar's a pimp preacher. Just that simple. You can come to me and say, you're just trying to destroy what a black man's doing. Any brother that's doing something wonderful, you ain't never heard me say a word about them because I won't say a word about them because they ain't got no reason to. But if you pulling some stunts like this and you saying the things this man is saying, and you constantly asking people for a quote unquote school for our children, oh yeah, I'm gonna say something about it because I care more about the next generation than adults anyway. Because adults make their own decisions. Children are still impressionable. So let me know what you think, hate or not. But this guy just exposed himself as a hotel hustler. Nothing more I can say about that. Leave me your thoughts.
Now, after 10 years later, right after that, from that video, now you understood back then why I called him a hotel hustler at the time, because he's hotel hustling. You know, that's all it was. It's a hotel hustle. I know plenty of black people who have a school, and we have schools that really could expand in our community, and all the money that he's been given over the years. And yes, I know it's entertaining to laugh at the Black Queen Forever Snow Bunny. That's fun. That's entertainment, and that's fine. If you want to be an entertainer, it's cool. Don't have no problem with me. He always talking about somebody struggle streaming, but yet he's streaming just as much as the struggle streamers. Maybe if he was struggle streaming, maybe he'd get the money to pay his taxes. Because struggle streamers do pretty good. You know, people like Kai Cenat and I Show Speed, they consider struggle streamers to him, and yeah, they doing pretty good. They are. This is a name, just two, right? But Dr. Umar Johnson, this is why black people a lot of times don't believe in other black people. It's because of individuals like that. Just take advantage of people in the black community, don't do what's right, and then now black people are upset of what's going on, and now they have to sit up here and either defend you because they feel like, man, I gave this dude money, or they got the egg on their face. Now, do I believe he's going to come up with the money to pay for that? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Now, if he do, okay, he do, but I just don't believe it at this point. This man is not a businessman, not by a long shot. You can't open up a school by yourself. It takes teams. It takes contractors. It takes a curriculum. It takes kids to be a school. A building isn't a school. Lord Jamar tried to help him. And he talked crazy to Lord Jamar, because Lord Jamar knew somebody who opened up a school. He said, hey, man, I can get you with this person. They can help you open up your school. He didn't want no help from Lord Jamar. Should have known back. Well, some people should have known back then that you don't turn down help when you got somebody that already did it. You don't turn down that kind of help. But I hope in the future, black people, you just be a little bit more diligent and tell people, you know, before they say you want to open up a school, listen, you should already have a school open. You should already have a school open yourself. It's okay to come in and assist people what they're doing, but you haven't done anything. He should have at least have the wherewithal to create a school on his own that you can look and see so you can give money to. And say, look, he already got kids. He already got the school going. He already got the curriculum. We looking at the website. We looking at the programs. We looking at this. We looking at that. Just in the future, just make sure that you do that. Don't let these people that got a slick tongue take your bread. They're not handling the business right. But when I made that video 10 years ago, a lot of folks mad at me. But 10 years later, now you see what I was talking about?